Ernst here. This is my first video review. I hope you enjoy it. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Now, this is a series that is much beloved by fans and has developed a cult following, and for good reason. It is very well made, especially the first film. So there's no surprise that a lot of people, critics and fans alike, are somewhat apprehensive about this remake by Plantinum Dunes. I would have to say that they actually did a wonderful job with the remake. A lot of people are going to be wondering, how well did they do Freddy? Did they screw him up? Well, the answer is no. They did an absolutely incredible job with Freddy as far as his personality. Jackie Earle Hartley really does have the talent to match up to Robert Englund in that role. As far as some of the changes they made to the character, they made this a darker representation of Freddy, and it actually does work, especially with the story as it is now. Freddy is a little more sadistic in some cases, and actually manages to reach levels of evil that even the original had a hard time hitting sometimes. I know some people like Freddy when he was going around cracking jokes and making a lot of puns. Now, he still makes jokes. I want people to understand he still does that. But they tend to be darker and more in line with his new personality. As far as the story, they did change it up a bit. You still have the main themes of revenge, and a lot of Krueger's history has remained unchanged. They've added some new things that actually, in my opinion, help with the character. They also give Freddy more dialogue, which again really helps with Hartley being able to portray this newer, darker version of the character. The supporting cast, some of them are not as good as the originals. Some of them manage to squeak by. But overall, really, you know, if you're a fan of the Nightmare series, it's about Freddy. As far as the effects go, even if you did manage to do Freddy right, if you didn't manage to successfully do many of the same things that the original did, as far as being able to blend the reality and the dream world, then you would have failed in a remake anyways. And I'm happy to say that I was impressed with some of the things that Plantinum Dunes was able to do with this movie. Yes, there's cases where they get a little too enthusiastic with their CGI, but you can tell that they really did try to make it as good as the original in this aspect. They don't always succeed. In fact, in some cases they try a little too hard. But when they do manage to succeed, they succeed very well, and at times, and we're not talking like one or two times, I mean there's several times in the movie where it manages to get to the level of the original in terms of how well this was done. I I'm really glad that Platinum Dunes did the Friday the 13th movie before this one. It gave them a chance to cut their teeth, to try their hand at a horror movie remake, and find out what worked, what didn't work, and how to improve. And you can see in the new Nightmare that their quality has improved from Friday the 13th in many respects. And you would have to do that given the sheer complexity of the plot, the themes involved, and the characters involved. I don't want to spoil the story, but there are points in that story in the new remake that I was surprised at how well they were able to handle certain twists. You have points where you think you know what's going on, and you know in a lot of cases what happened with Freddy, but then later on now you'll find out that it's completely wrong. And they handle this very well. In fact, you can really tell with this production that the movie makers were fans, that they really wanted to put forth the effort to do a really good job with this remake. So I know a lot of critics are bashing it. They're bashing Hartley's portrayal, they're bashing the story, and I think a lot of it comes down to nostalgia. If this movie had not been a remake, if it had just been an original, I would say that the critics, it would be completely a 180 as far as their opinions. It was that well done. So if you're a fan of the series, I definitely recommend taking the time to see it. It's well worth the money. It's not too long. It's not too short. It does have problems with the pacing, but not too much. Overall, I believe if you're a fan or just looking for a good scary movie, this is definitely a movie to go and see. And with that, I hope you enjoy this review. It is my first. It's not scripted. I just wanted to take the time to get my feelings out in the air. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. And for those that watch this review, take the time to watch the movie, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear other people's opinions. Did it work? Did it not work? Did they do things well? Did they not do it well? What did you like? What did you dislike? That sort of thing. Anyways, Nist out.